Coming at you live from WJHI Studios. I'm Blake Beams, joined by Jake Curry. We are the hosts of the Take the Heat podcast, and welcome to the debut episode of the Take the Heat podcast. Jake Curry, it's great to have us here, finally able to make it to the first episode. How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling great. Got a lot of great predictions for you guys, and can't wait to tell you.
Yeah, so what we got first episode today, we're just simply doing an NBA award show. The NBA season has came to an end. Regular season is over. The play-in is over as well. We've got the set playoff schedule, except for the both eight seeds, really, in the Eastern and Western Conference. So we're going to have a playoff special next Monday. The next Wednesday, I guess you're going to have to see. But for now, we're going to have I guess the first ever, not annual, but the first ever inaugural Take the Heat NBA award show over here. We're going to cover Sixth Man of the Year, Most Improved, Rookie of the Year, MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, Coach of the Year, all NBA teams, defensive teams, rookie teams, all of the sort. And Jake, are you ready to get underway?
Let's do it.
All right, so first up, we've got Sixth Man of the Year award. I just want to get some quick things out of the way. This is probably the most obvious. We can both agree.
Clearly.
This guy's a Heat fan, all right? This guy's a Heat fan. He loves the Miami Heat, so we both had the same choice. It hurt me giving it to this man because, well, he's also UK. This isn't a UK hoodie, by the way. I'm wearing a Colts hoodie for everybody watching the recording. But the odds, the top three for me, I had Tyler Herro, Kevin Love, Cameron Johnson. What about you on the top three?
Well, mine differentiates from you just a little bit. I had Tyler Herro, Montrez Harrell, and Kelly Oubre Jr.
Yeah, and I like top three. I really like Kelly. But for Tyler Herro, he had a minus – listen to this. What is that? Yeah, minus 10,000. That was his odds to win the Sixth Man of the Year this year.
It's a runaway with that.
He hasn't done it yet, but it's pretty obvious who's going to do it. Tyler Herro, I mean, we both got him, obviously. Carried the Heat when, the Heat, they had injuries basically all season. You had Jimmy Butler, he was out for an extended period of time. Bam Adebayo, one of the best defenders in the NBA. Mm-hmm. Bam Adebayo, you're pretty good with him, especially on the defensive end.
Sure.
Duncan Robinson had a down season. Tyler Herro just came in and showed what he could do off the bench and what he can do, because people complained, I was going to say what he could do in the starting lineup. He didn't start much this year. I believe he was benched, 70 games? 70 games of the year, somewhere around there?
Season, yeah.
And so 70 games benched, he played about half an hour a game. And there were people, this is how good he was off the bench this season, not wanting to give him Sixth Man of the Year. He was so good off the bench, they played him about 33 minutes a game. Yep. And people, especially on social media like Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, all those places, they were mentioning that he's played too many minutes.
Yeah.
They said, Tyler Herro's played too many minutes. How can he be, the Sixth Man of the Year? He plays half an hour a game. But same people that say, well, Lou Williams was right there.
Right.
Lou Williams played 35 minutes a game. Montrez Harrell counts bench for the Clippers a few years ago. He played around half an hour a game. Yeah. It's just ridiculous to me.
Now, one stat I do want to mention, since the All-Star break, Herro's been putting up 25.5 points since the All-Star break by himself. 21 points on the season. So the crazy thing is how he does it at such a high clip. It just makes the Heat 20 times more explosive with their star players like Jimmy Butler or Kyle Lowry on or off the floor.
He shoots just as good, too.
Exactly.
Like, seriously, it's ridiculous how good Tyler Herro is of a shooter. Anywhere on the court, he can hit threes. He can bank them in. He has a really good bank shot. Yeah. I wanted to mention that. His bank shot is unbelievable.
And he does it with confidence, too.
Yeah, well, that's his whole game. You remember that snarl he had in, the finals a few years
against
ago?
the Lakers, yeah.
They lost, but granted, that was, out of this world. But then, I said, I also had Kevin Love, Cameron Johnson, both had phenomenal seasons. Love kind of revitalized his career. I don't know if you remember, he was kind of throwing a fit when he was on the Cavs last year because the team was so young. They were losing. Right. He didn't I think they brought in Bickerstaff this year. And he just didn't enjoy.
Yeah, I think it was this year.
He didn't enjoy last year at all, to put it simply. And then Cameron Johnson, I have to give a special shout out to the Suns player. He's been the most pivotal part off the bench for the best team in the NBA, and I don't think it's close.
And before we move on, I just wanted to mention Montrez Harrell in his first year with the Hornets, alongside star player LaMelo Ball. It's kind of hard to just get attention when you have a player like that alongside of you. But coming in his first year from Washington, I mean, he had a pretty solid season. So I think the Sixth Man of the Year award wasn't as close as we would have thought, but you still got to give credit to Harrell.
Yeah, and Jake, you're forgetting one massive detail. We're both Cards fans. What about our guy Terry?
Yeah.
Both Terry and Montrez back again.
He's been balling too, for sure.
Yes, sir. So, yeah, that was my top three. We both got Tyler Herro. We can basically move on and agree from that. Do you want to carry on to Most Improved?
Most Improved was a little closer than I would have thought.
Without a doubt.
We have Jordan Poole, Darius Garland, DeJounte Murray, and possibly Ja Morant. And with that one, I had picked Jordan Poole simply because with the Warriors, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, it's kind of hard to get your own going.
So I got Jordan Poole too.
Yeah,
it's
with those kind of guys, his points per game improved from 12 to 18.5 in less than a year. That's ridiculous.
Sorry to interrupt, but the thing is with me, with Jordan Poole, is that, so at first, before I even took my notes, I was like, Ja Morant should win this thing.
Right.
He went from a good player, a player that I thought wasn't going to be more than that. I hate to be that guy, but I really didn't think he's going to be that.
To an outstanding
He
player.
went to an MVP candidate. Not an outstanding player, he's an MVP candidate.
Exactly.
He makes an All-NBA appearance on my team later. We'll get to that. But, so I had Ja there. And the thing is, I was reading, he was minus 1,000. That's his odds right now. I had Ja, Darius Garland, Jordan Poole.
Yeah.
I ended up going with Jordan Poole. But the thing is with Ja is that he came in, I don't want to say MVP ready because nobody thought he was going to do this.
Right.
But he carried Memphis to a second seed. And Memphis, it's a very deep team. It's a very good team.
Very deep.
But it's got no stars. It's got Ja, obviously.
Exactly.
Jaren Jackson Jr. has been amazing too. We got to mention him as well. But I think he did make the gigantic jump. But I don't see how you can go from Jordan Poole. The thing is with Jordan Poole, he went from a guy who you'd be watching a Warriors game and say, who is that?
Right.
And he went to, that's a top 3 player on a championship contender.
Exactly.
That is ridiculous.
Now, I am interested to see how he does when defenses start to key in on Klay and Curry at the same time. Will that give him more freedom with the ball? Will that lock him down more than he already is? I'm just ready to see what happens.
I just think with the gravity of Curry, I don't see how he has the ball more than him.
Right.
He obviously won't have more than him, but even more than he has now. Let Poole, he can shoot.
Oh, yeah.
Poole is a dead-eye shooter.
He can shoot the lights out for
He
sure.
can move off screens. He's just like Klay. He's not just like Klay. He's nowhere near a good shooter. He's not really a set shooter either. But he can move off ball. That's his best key.
Yeah.
He can shoot. He can move off ball. And what I've noticed too, I don't know if you noticed like later on in the season when Curry was resting, Klay hasn't been ideal coming off his injury.
Right.
It's been very disappointing, I'd say. But Jordan Poole, what he can do, he's been doing those Derrick Rose type of shots back when he was in 2011. I don't mean down in the paint.
Yeah.
I mean you'll have the basketball and you'll duck under. They'll arms go right up. You'll duck under it, then you'll shoot the ball.
Yeah.
Have you been seeing that from Jordan Poole?
Oh yeah,
He's got
times,
the difficult shots.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and Jordan Poole, it's just been unbelievable to me. So I do got him. Like I said, it looks like Vegas has got Ja Morant taking it. He's got about a minus 1,000. Yeah, so I can see him going, and he's unbelievable as well.
Yeah.
So I'm perfectly fine with Ja Morant taking it. And we had this conversation before we even started. We said there is no wrong answer.
Oh yeah, not
How
at
do
all.
you have a wrong answer when you're going for MVP or you're going for Rookie of the Year? These are like the best basketball players on the planet.
And that just shows you how deep the league is on every roster, no matter how bad your team is.
Most talented
they have
they've
at least
ever been.
3 players on each roster that can win an award at any given time.
Yeah, most talented they've ever been.
Exactly.
And I think up next we got Rookie of the Year. My top 3. I'm gonna get this over real quick. I think it's the first time we differ. We both had the same most improved in 6-man. My top 3 was Evan Mobley, who's minus 225 coming in according to Vegas, Cade Cunningham, and Scottie Barnes. And moment I've been waiting for, I had Evan Mobley. We do not agree on this. You got...
I have Scottie Barnes with the Toronto Raptors.
Yeah. And
now,
I
do think just because in his rookie year he's been putting up 15 points, 7 assists on the year, and he's not even their primary scorer. You have all-star and all-NBA talent in Pascal Siakam and Fred VanVleet. It's not hard to put up 15 and 7 when you have guys like that around you. So
did you just destroy your own case? It's not. Wait. I'm gonna go back and watch this recording.
Oh no!
Did you say it's easy? It's easy to score 15 and 7.
Hey,
you caught it live, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh well,
you caught it live.
No, it's difficult to score when you have all NBA talent like that around you.
Okay.
Let me fix my statement.
You got Pascal and Fred VanVleet, so let's invalidate Scottie. Now here you have it. Your number 1 Raptors hater in Jeffersonville High School.
Oh yeah,
Jake Curry. But I like I said, I had Evan Mobley. I think Evan Mobley is unbelievable. I think he plays like the 10-year vet that Tim Duncan played like in his rookie year.
Ooh.
I didn't, and now don't.
You could compare him to
I
Tim
am
Duncan
not
now?
calling Evan Mobley Tim Duncan.
Okay.
Tim Duncan is, we'll probably get into this later episode. I think Tim Duncan's like the 6th greatest basketball player who's ever lived.
I could agree with that.
I am not saying Evan Mobley is Tim Duncan.
I could agree
what
with that
I am
for sure.
saying is that Evan Mobley is the youngest veteran I've ever seen, which, contradicts itself completely. But Evan Mobley is unbelievably talented on defense. He can move. He can move off ball. He can shoot. He can finish. Only thing I don't like, he is strong. He's very strong despite such like a frail, kind of stature. What he can do down low does frighten me a little bit because he's not that strong. He's very strong, but he's not, banging down in the league with like the Steven Adams of the world. It's just not going to happen.
Now, I can't lie. I have not seen Evan Mobley play that much in the NBA, but I have caught some games when he played.
No one's watching the Cavs
games. Yeah, I did catch some games when he was playing at USC, though, and I could tell the way he moves without the ball is one of the best I've seen out of a rookie so far this year. Exactly. Man, yeah. Exactly.
But then, did you have Cade as well?
Yeah, I did have Cade Cunningham up there, too.
Yeah. Cade definitely deserves a shout-out. Great score.
Right. When you can score like he does with the Detroit, you deserve some type of award for that. Exactly.
I don't know if you saw it. He had like one run during the season, and he missed like 8 straight corner threes. It was like 8 or 9 straight right corner threes. And I don't know what happened, but what I like about that is he didn't stop shooting.
Yeah, exactly.
He refused to stop shooting the ball. He has so much confidence in himself, and he's almost like Jalen Green. You know, Jalen Green, another rookie. He was very close to making our top 3. He was the second leading scorer right behind Cade. Right. If I get this 0.1 point, that's good. But I think Jalen Green has the confidence. I think Cade has the confidence and the ability. And I think Jalen doesn't. But I do think Cade probably has got him by a few inches, and I think he's going to have him for the next few years.
One more stat I want to throw out before we move on. Scottie Barnes is the first rookie to average 15 and 7 since Luka Doncic. And who won the Rookie of the Year?
Jake, that was 2 years.
Okay, but who won the Rookie of the Year that year? Luka Doncic.
Luka Doncic. Okay.
So there you go, Scottie Barnes for Rookie of the Year.
All right, I mean, you settled your case. I can't say I agree, but I'm not gonna be the Scottie Barnes hater that you are. Apparently, it's easy to do what he does when you have Fred VanVleet and Pascal Siakam on your team.
Yeah, I guess. Now, let's move on to Defensive Player of the Year. And I had Bam Adebayo, Giannis, and Marcus Smart.
There goes the Heat fan.
Now, look, I had to shout out my boy Bam here, but this one, even with with an unbiased opinion, you have to admit, Bam Adebayo has had one of the best defensive seasons I've seen in a long time.
Bam wasn't in my top 3 because how little games he played. Like, I swear.
I can see that.
I have Giannis in my top 3. I have Giannis, Mikal Bridges, and Marcus Smart. I have Marcus Smart taking it. Marcus Smart's plus 125 to Vegas right now. He's leading. But, I don't think Giannis has been as excellent on defense as he has I would say normal season, which is insane because he's still, even this, like a top 5 defender in the NBA. He's unstoppable on defense. You can't move him. His steal and blocks are a little bit down, but, it's just stats. But Milwaukee's defense haven't been ideal either. When you got Giannis and Drew and you're finishing like 19th in defensive rating, that's, I don't think it's acceptable. But if he played, I'd say if he even played like 63 games, he might be maybe number 1. But Marcus Smart's turned it up.
Now, like Reggie Miller likes to say, his Kodak moment was there was one game where he played, I think it was in Charlotte, and Bam, he was guarding LaMelo up at the top of the key, and he switched onto every player on their starting 5 in one possession.
He's like 6'8",
and locked down every last one of them.
So he's built like a forward.
In 15 seconds, he locked down all 5 players. That's unheard of.
Yeah, no,
I haven't seen somebody be able to, like, as a big man, be able to switch like he does.
He doesn't really remind me of this guy, but in terms of what he can do on defense, kind of. Andre Kirilenko.
Oh,
I don't know if you know him from years ago. It was before I started watching basketball. I just know it from kind of history. He was a Swiss Army knife. That's what he was. He was like he had arms like down to the floor, and he averaged like what I think one season he averaged like 4.5 blocks a game. And crazy. Bam isn't like that, but he's a Swiss Army knife. Right. He doesn't even got a long wingspan, I don't think, does he?
No, it's not too long. It might be 7 feet.
Yeah, I know. It's not gigantic. Right. But he's such a good defender, and like I said, if he played more, he would be in my top 3. But Marcus Smart, like I said, I do have Smart taking it. The Celtics run, good lord.
What was it, 27-4 over like 30 games?
Over the last All-Star break.
It's crazy.
Because you know what the craziest part is to me? Coming into the All-Star break, there were players like Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Marcus Smart.
Right.
They were saying, I'm not having fun. I don't like playing in Boston. And if you're a Boston fan, that's literally the worst
Terrible
thing
to hear. Exactly.
Because Jason Tatum, I mean, I guess before the All-Star break, you might be thinking, ooh, this might be time, kind of break it up.
Yeah.
That obviously wasn't, correct. But what Boston did the second half of the season, and huge credit to Ime Udoka. It's not Udoka, it's Udoka.
In his first year, too.
Yesterday. Oh, yeah.
First year.
Ridiculous. And he brought him together, and I think Marcus Smart's probably, I wouldn't say the number one reason, because, Jason Tatum's right there. But Marcus Smart's defense has been out of this world, and because coming into it, I had Giannis. Mm-hmm. And then I kind of looked over, because stats aren't everything, obviously.
Right.
I looked over the stats. And I watched some film, and obviously he's such a good defender. But then I was watching Marcus Smart. I actually started watching Celtics games.
Right.
Post All-Star break, they became the Celtics we know. And so they just started going ridiculous, Marcus Smart especially. On defense, he dives for loose balls. He does not let any possession off. It's like you said. some players can guard 1 through 5. He's not one of them, but he's going to try to.
Yeah,
every
sure.
single time,
exactly.
and it's going to stop. He's going to get passing lanes, and he's simply unstoppable, especially there. And I really want to see a guard win Defensive Player of the Year.
I mean, this award really is a toss-up. And either way you look at it, either one of the top 3, I can agree. Okay, that's a good choice as who wins.
Yeah, and then I had Mikal Bridges as well.
Yeah,
you got to give a shout to Mikal Bridges. He's been the defensive anchor, other than of course Chris Paul.
Right.
I actually heard on the best team in the league, the Suns. I heard an interview with Ryan Russillo the other day, and he was interviewing Mikal Bridges. It was not a good interview. I'm sorry, Ryan. I'm sorry, Mikal. But what Mikal said is that when he got to Phoenix and he got to meet a guy like Chris Paul, when Chris Paul went to Phoenix in 2020, or was 2021? It was in between there.
After the bubble. Ago, yeah.
After the bubble. And he said Chris Paul is essentially the best guy to be with in the NBA.
Oh, yeah. For sure.
And I can see that. For sure.
Chris Paul is one of those players. He's not flashy. Not flashy at all.
Whoa.
I wouldn't call him flashy, like Kyrie Irving type. Flashy.
You think he's fundamental?
But yeah.
Who's Kyrie flashy though? See, he's nobody.
I mean,
your levels are a bit too high, Jake.
Yeah, but I mean, with Chris Paul around you, I feel like Chris Paul just makes any and everybody just better automatically.
Yeah. No, I get it.
I mean, with Mikal Bridges, I feel like without Chris Paul, he wouldn't be the player he is right now.
Without a doubt. And
exactly.
No, you're 100% right. Mikal would be nowhere where I'm not gonna say nowhere near where he would be,
right?
Because Mikal is still an unbelievable player, even I think without guidance. But having Chris Paul, we might have to do an episode one day on that. Just the legend
Chris Paul. Yeah.
Maybe Suns can get the title this year. You know, maybe he can get his chance. Maybe he can get his ring.
They got to get past my Heat first.
Yeah,
they got to get past my Heat first.
I got like 4 teams in the East over your Heat. I'm sorry.
4 of them?
They're collapsing.
Oh man.
All right, let's move on. but we'll get into that one day. But Coach of the Year, that's what we got next. I got Monty Williams. I had Monty, Taylor Jenkins, and Ime Udoka. Monty is currently minus 1,500 to Vegas, and I just don't see how you win 64 games in a league where second place is, 58?
Yeah.
And not win Coach of the Year and improve on a finals run?
See, that's a good point. But then again, my pick was Taylor Jenkins of Memphis. When you turn a team around in less than 2 years, from going 8th in the West, to 2nd in the West in maybe less than a year.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard not to give him Coach of the Year.
Oh, I 100% agree. And what I think happens with Taylor Jenkins, Grizz coach, I think what it mainly is that he turned guys who are not incapable defenders, because like Jaren Jackson Jr., for one, we got to point him out how amazing he's been on defense this year. He was like this close to my top 3. But he's gotten players who you think defensive ready, and he's made them in sets to where they can be a reliable defender.
Exactly.
They can be someone who can switch onto a forward. They know, because they play man.
Right.
They've instituted a man defense. You know what I mean? So normally it's zone that you think about when someone cuts in, and there's another guy just waiting for you down low. Their man defense, they're so young, they're so quick. They can stay in front of their guys. And they might not have the strength, but they found a way to stay in front of a man. I think that's all for Taylor Jenkins.
And the thing I like most about Taylor Jenkins is the fact that he squeezed every last bit of value out of his bench.
Oh, yeah.
You got players like DeAnthony Melton,
Desmond Bane,
Kyle Anderson, and one player I haven't heard of since he played at Gonzaga, Brandon Clark. That's one player that really came onto the scene this year with just points down low, shooting. He can shoot lights out. And I just think that with these attributes that Taylor Jenkins has produced this year, I feel like it's kind of hard not to give him Coach of the Year.
And a little cheat sheet for everybody. Make sure on your waiver wire next season in fantasy basketball, pick up Brandon Clark. I had him last season. Get Brandon Clark.
That's a solid pick. And one more thing before we move on to the next one.
Quick, shout out Ime Udoka.
17. The Grizzlies went 7-2 without their star player, John Morant.
Yeah.
That's unreal.
That's what you brought up to me.
Exactly. Yeah. To do this without your star player and to still be second in the East, that's all credit to Taylor Jenkins.
Second in the West.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
No,
yeah,
I get it.
Yeah, second in the West.
And like you said, it's ridiculous how good Taylor Jenkins had as a coach.
Exactly.
Is this his first year or second?
Second. Yeah.
Second year. Okay, I thought it was second year.
Because they were 8th in the West at the end of last year.
Yeah, and you can't have Taylor Jenkins and be 8th.
Right.
That's not possible. But also, like I said, quick shout out Ime Udoka, Celtics coach. He rebounded. We mentioned earlier how we kind of rallied the troops.
Yeah.
He rebounded the Celtics to the best. Not the best team in the East. I still think Milwaukee's got that. But I think the Celtics have been the second. They've easily been the best team in the East since the All-Star break. I think they're about the second or third.
Yeah, I can agree with that. for sure.
So, yeah, good on Udoa. I'm glad to see he rebounded because I really think he's a good coach, and I think he's going to be there forever. You know, he's going to be like Brad Stevens-esque.
Yeah, I can see that.
All right, well, now we've got the big one that, basically everybody's been waiting for, and it's going to be a little bit anticlimactic, but most valuable player, let's get out of the way, the easy top three for everybody. You got Jokic, Embiid, and Giannis Antetokounmpo. Currently, Vegas has Jokic minus 380, and Jake, I'm going to speak for myself. I think I can speak for you as well. Nikola Jokic is your 2022 NBA MVP.
Now, to a point, this was a toss-up for me until about maybe 10 o'clock last night.
Oh, yeah.
At first, I was going with Joel Embiid simply just because he won the scoring title with averaging 30 points as a big man, and he's the first person to do that since Shaq.
We had a heated conversation about this, by the way. Like, very heated.
But then I got to the stat where it says Nikola Jokic averaged 27 points a game, 14 rebounds a game, and 8 assists all on the season.
Yeah.
That's unreal from a big man. And there was another stat that said he leads his team in points, rebounds, assists, steals, blocks, and field goal percentage. So he leads his entire team in just about every statistical category.
Yeah.
So that's ridiculous.
The thing is, with me and Jokic, I'm not a stats guy.
Right.
I like stats. I use stats. But I think when people use, like, the Kareem argument, like Kareem's the greatest ever because he has the most points ever, stuff like that, I'm not a stats guy. And I'm definitely not an advanced stats guy, not because I don't want to be, just because I don't understand him. But the thing is with Jokic is that he's got the eye test.
Right.
Like, have you watched Nuggets games? Like,
Oh, yeah.
Everybody watches Nuggets games. Even, and this was without MPJ and Jamal Murray, by the way. The Nuggets finished one of the top seeds. Well, not even the top seeds in the West. They finished like 6th
or 7th, I think.
Yeah, but the thing is, they either were tied with the Sixers or they were one game ahead, even though the Sixers are like the 3rd seed,
right?
Which is unbelievable to me how good the West is this year. But like Jokic, you mentioned a few of the stats, and now I kind of got to go into them. Just listen to this, folks. I got this on like a bulleted list. So he took his previous MVP case last year, improved on everything. According to who was it? Jay Wright. Yeah, Jay Wright, the least impressive MVP season ever. Oh, okay, Jay Wright. And not Jay Wright, Nick Wright. Pardon me. Jay Wright's a good man. Jay Wright's a good man. And then he's first player in NBA history with 2,000 points, 1,000 rebounds, 500 assists in one season. Did in only 74 games, by the way. Did Joel play all 82? No,
Joel definitely didn't play all 82.
Yeah, we know that answer without even looking.
Joel's going to take at least a couple off.
Yeah, and he was the only guy in the league with top 3 in all major statistical categories. Points, rebounds, assists.
Yeah.
Highest PER season of all time. I mentioned that before we went on, which is player efficiency rating. If you don't understand, like I said, I'm not advanced stats guy, but I know PER is good for you.
Right.
Most 30-15 games a season, 30 points, 15 boards, 15 assists too. Jokic can pass like that. Carried Nuggets without MPJ and Jamal Murray, like we mentioned. And like I said, he's improved more, especially on the defensive end.
Right.
Jokic was a bad defender.
Yeah, he couldn't move.
Yeah,
he couldn't move.
He was
at
a
all.
bad defender.
Exactly.
And he improved it.
Right.
So I don't see how it's even close, except that's a lie. We had this conversation before.
Yeah.
There's no not close in awards like this.
Yeah, especially the MVP race.
Yeah, because these are the best players in the planet.
Exactly.
But like Joel Embiid, I did have him mid-season, a little bit after the All-Star break. Then they traded for Harden.
Yeah, that
was
really messed up a lot just because Harden he's a ball hog. Let's just put it plain and simple.
Yeah.
He's really a ball hog, so it really took the ball away from Joel. But when you have a player like Ben Simmons who doesn't play much or fakes like he's hurt half the time, it really gave Embiid a lot more freedom with the ball when you had Simmons more or less with Harden.
I am excited to see Simmons though.
Yeah, I think they said that he was supposed to come back game 4 of the first round.
I did read that, yeah.
So let's see if that's true.
And like I said, Joel Embiid, Giannis, those rounded out our top 3, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So all phenomenal players, all had amazing seasons as well. But I think Jokic is really kind of the runaway. And then, so next we can hit some All NBA teams. We're gonna have to breeze through the rookie and defensive teams real quick. You fine with that?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So all rookie team. This one is not unanimous like I thought it would be. Everybody kind of has a different list from what I've seen. But I got a guard Pistons, obviously Cade Cunningham.
Okay.
I got Josh Giddey in the other guard slot. He finished really slow, but I still think Giddey's just unbelievable. Scottie Barnes, obviously, he's in my top 3.
Boy.
Evan Mobley at center, and I'm saving this guy last because I haven't really seen anybody with this guy except for his second team, which we don't even got. But Jonathan Kuminga, all rookie first team, the Warriors forward, yes sir.
I mean, he's been pretty solid. I haven't seen him play that much this year, just because. I mean, I would have put him personally second team.
Yeah.
But with really Klay Thompson and with Draymond out specifically.
Yeah, I forgot about
it's
the Draymond
really
piece,
giving Kuminga a lot more freedom to grow.
Yeah.
In mostly, close to the end of the season.
Yeah, I thought Kuminga was unbelievable.
Yeah, for sure. And he's got hops out the building.
Yeah.
He can jump.
You got your rookie team on deck?
I really had this. I had the same
thing.
Same
Okay.
thing as
That's
you,
cool.
really. But I did want to point out Josh Giddey with the Thunder. He's fun to watch.
Oh, he's
for
a hooper.
sure. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he had a slow end of the season.
He can
but
do
Josh
just about
Giddey's a player.
anything on the floor. Yeah.
All right, next we got some all defensive teams. So what I obviously have Marcus Smart at the first guard slot. Then I have DeJounte Murray. I've seen a lot of all defensive second team for DeJounte, but now I got DeJounte on the first team there. Then I got McCall, obviously, Giannis, and I got another Celtic Boston big man, Robert Williams.
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah. Robert Williams was near my top 3 defensive player of the year as well.
Okay, well, I had, for all defensive first team, I had the same except for the center position. Instead of Robert Williams, I had Rudy Gobert. And listen.
Wait. Where'd you have Bam Adebayo?
Bam's I had him at forward. I put him at a forward
position.
position.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
Yeah. So it's really hard not to put Rudy Gobert at center position just because of how well he defends the rim on any given night. And, he really slowed down towards the end of the season. But, you still have to give him that mention.
But the thing is, for me, because he didn't even make my second team.
Really?
He is an incapable perimeter defender.
Yeah, that's
he
one thing.
Cannot guard. He looks lost.
At all.
Did you watch the Suns Jazz game a few weeks ago?
Yes.
Chris Paul would switch on a Rudy Gobert every single play.
Right. And that led to a 30-point comeback by the Suns.
Over. Yeah.
Exactly.
Chris Paul, for I got to credit Chris Paul. 2, Rudy Gobert can't do it.
Yeah.
Like, he cannot guard the perimeter. Hopefully he gets better because I like the Jazz. We're Donovan fans.
Yeah, exactly.
So hopefully he can rebound because I don't want that group to split either. I like them together.
I really just had to give it to Gobert just because of his inside presence. He's just a huge inside presence, and if you drive the ball in on him, you're most likely gonna get your stop.
Oh yeah, it's
your shot blocked.
This is going like
exactly
the 10th row. Then for all defensive second team, I had Drew Holiday, who had a pretty, I wouldn't say down defensive season, obviously, since he's here, but he hasn't been as good as he usually is. Like, I think, past few years, he's been in Player of the Year candidates.
Yeah.
Defensive player. Then I had Matisse Thybulle, a 76er. I was contemplating first team, but I was like, how are you going to put him over Marcus Smart?
Yeah.
It was between Murray and Thybulle, because all Thybulle does is defend.
Yeah.
All he does is play defense.
That really helps the Sixers.
Yeah. Yeah, they're lucky he has him, because he only averages 5 a game, but he's what locks him down.
Now that you say that, though, they're going to be without him the first few games in Toronto just because he can't. I think there were some restrictions in Toronto that he can't.
Oh, yeah, he's not vaccinated.
So he can only play in home games for the remainder of the first round.
Yeah. So I completely forgot about that.
Yeah.
You were 100% right. Yeah, and then I had Jaren Jackson Jr. and Evan Mobley in the forward slots. I'm acting like I'm kind of breezing past this. Evan Mobley. People don't like that. I like it. I love Evan Mobley there. Dude, Evan Mobley on defense is, like I said, he's a mini Tim Duncan.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that comparison.
I love Evan Mobley. Like, you hear it now. I love Evan Mobley. Heard it here. I love him. I love his game. There you go. Y'all both heard it. And then rounding out, I had Bam.
Second team?
Listen. He only played like 59 games.
Yeah, but like I said earlier, he can guard just about anybody on the floor at any given time. That's why I had to give him that mention just because of his defensive presence night in and night out.
Well, you gave him your player of the year, didn't you?
Yeah.
I'm about to say, I hope he's on your first team.
Yeah.
We're having a 2013 Marc Gasol moment. But yeah, all right, so now we got the big ones, all NBA teams. We got all 3. And the games played thing, that's going to come back right now because I've got some controversial choices here. But real quick, first team, I got Ja Morant, Luka Doncic. I think those 2 should be unanimous. I don't think Curry finished off strong at all.
No, not at all.
He had and I know it's crazy to say because he was like the unanimous MVP at the beginning. He had a below-average Curry season.
Exactly.
Even outside of his injury, I had him second team. He had a below-average Curry season, which is unbelievable to me because how good he played. That just shows how good Stephen Curry is. But we'll get to him in a second. Then I had Giannis and Tatum. Yeah, Jason Tatum on the first team. Yeah, that second half, he was too good. And then rounding it out, I had Jokic, of course.
So most of my list was about the same. I had Ja Morant at point. I had LeBron at one of my forward spots. I had Giannis, Jokic, and then one of the other guard positions, I had Devin Booker. Now that might be a controversial pick to some people, but I had a couple reasons that go into it. He's the best player on the best team.
Okay.
He's averaging about 27 points, and when Chris Paul was out, he shouldered just about all the load, maybe 90-95%.
Let it out.
Went 11-4 with the Suns. And I mean, when you do that without one of your best players, by yourself.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you really have to be all first team.
Yeah, and thing is with Booker is that I think, like we both said, Booker was unbelievable.
Right.
But if you think stand out to be an MVP, I think you've got to be obviously pass the eye test, which he does. You got to score. He can score. He's not. Actually, I was going to say he's not an amazing defender. I'm lying. He is a good perimeter defender now. I'm fine with saying that Devin Booker can guard
for sure.
basically on the perimeter anywhere. But thing is with me is that you got to have memorable moments, and he has them. I don't know if it's because of the lack of the Suns. I've watched a lot of Suns, but they've been so good they're just blowing teams out, so it's not really fun to watch Suns games. But so memorable moments, and I don't feel like he lacks them.
Yeah.
But I don't feel like they stand out as much as they should. So I don't got Booker. I got him second team. Did you list off your first team?
Yeah, but I had one thing. Since you mentioned flashy moments, memorable moments like that, how in the world did you not have LeBron in your all first team?
Remember, I told you about this earlier. He only played 56 games.
Okay, yeah,
55 or 56.
In those 56 games, he had in at least 34 of them, he had 30 points. In more than half of his games played, he had 30 points.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
But look, and I'm the biggest LeBron hater out there. Look, I'm the biggest LeBron hater out there. But when I see stats like this, I can't lie. It's ridiculous to do this all at age 37 too.
Yeah,
is something we haven't seen really ever.
Thing is with me is that the Lakers were not good.
No, not at all. Simply. Not even close.
Playing. I don't think it's LeBron's fault. I don't think LeBron. No. I don't think it's been LeBron's fault since the 2011 Finals.
It was a lot.
Well, it might have been his fault because he advocated for Westbrook, but that's another topic.
Yeah, that's one of his mistakes.
We'll get into that another day. But thing is with LeBron is that, like you said, he was gonna win the scoring title if he wasn't just like screw this. We're gonna be terrible.
I think it was like 0.1. He was 0.1 points away from winning the title anyway.
I think it was 0.6 because I think Joel had 30.8 and he had 30.
He had 30.3. Yeah, something like that. Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, so LeBron and me obviously had memorable moments. Like I said, though, he finished 11th seed.
Right.
They didn't play well. He played well. Don't get me wrong. But
his team just wasn't great.
Yeah, and I need team success for first team.
Yeah, I can see that.
But then again, I have Giannis, and didn't they finish like what, sixth? Fifth or sixth?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, the Bucks had a pretty rough season for their standards.
I think because it was
defending championship standards.
Yeah, it was Miami, Philly. I think Milwaukee was third, weren't they?
Were they third?
I think so. I think they finished either third or fourth in the East.
I feel like it'd be Boston.
But I feel like they dropped to fourth.
We can probably Google it real quick.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure Boston dropped.
Boston was 2.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you had Heat, Boston, Milwaukee, Philadelphia, Toronto. Ooh, Toronto's at 5. Bulls, Nets, Cavs. That was your top 8.
And then that game is tonight. I think tonight the Cavs and Hawks to get the 8 seed.
That tonight?
Yeah, I think so.
No, not the Hawks. Hornets.
No, Hornets got beat last night.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, so it'll be because the Hornets are done now.
Right. Yeah.
So it'll be Cavs Hawks. See who plays the Heat in the first round.
Yeah.
I'm good with either one.
You fine with either?
Yeah, I'm good with either one.
I'd take the Hornets. The
Hawks.
Hawks.
Yeah.
No. Wait, no. You guys are 1 seed, right?
Yeah.
So no, whoever wins that faces the 7 seed.
No, that's Brooklyn. Brooklyn plays the 7 seed. So it's Brooklyn.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, it's okay. Brooklyn. It's Brooklyn, Boston in the first round, and then we play the winner of the Hawks and the Cavs.
Yeah, if I'm you guys, I don't want to face Trae Young. Trae Young is not a guy I want to face. He's listen, hot take. You're hearing it before the NBA season, even the playoffs start. Trae Young next season will be a top 3 MVP candidate, and he might be number 1.
Okay, I can see where you're coming from with that one. I see where you're coming from.
He has it. Yeah. Trae Young has it.
Yeah.
Do you know what it is? Most people don't. Trae Young has it.
I'm going to say swag. Does he have swag?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. God.
Ice Trae. Yeah,
Ice Trae. Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, no. Yeah, Trae Young is the guy.
Right.
Yeah. All right, well, for second team, I had Curry. There I had Booker. I think Booker, Booker is great. Then I had DeMar. I really wanted DeMar in first team, but ESPN classifies him as a forward.
He dropped off.
He did.
Fast.
The Bulls dropped off.
Because he was an MVP candidate, front runner for a while there.
He's gonna on track for the scoring title, wasn't he?
I think so.
Yeah, so
he dropped off immediately.
Well, it was the Bulls. I think the Bulls dropped off. Everybody's getting hurt.
I feel like
got hurt.
What hurt them the most, surprisingly enough, when Lonzo Ball went down with injury.
Oh,
that really took a lot away from the Bulls' success.
Wasn't he hurt for the season? Didn't he have surgery then? Well, I think
he played. I think he played a few games, and then
you're right because I remember that haircut he had.
Yeah, he played. They played a few games, and then he got hurt, and it really just set the downfall from there.
Oh yeah, because his defense is unparalleled.
Exactly.
Him and Caruso are going to be like the best defensive.
Right.
I don't know if he's coming off the bench next season. I doubt it. Lonzo's
probably
really good.
Not. I think they would start him.
But him and Caruso on defense. Oh,
it's something unreal.
Yeah. Speaking of that, Levine's getting the max, by the way.
Really? You think so?
I think Lee's getting a max.
I wouldn't say the max.
I would.
Feel like
not the super max.
Okay.
The
max contract.
Yeah.
So what? About 4 or 5 years? You think?
And that 5 years, like $33 million each.
I think something like that.
I think it's like a $200 million contract.
Yeah.
But then I had Kevin Durant at the other forward slot, and that's another thing. He didn't play a lot. That's why it was a toss-up between him and LeBron for me. Yeah. I chose KD because I think KD played better. I think KD was the MVP before he got hurt because the Nets played him so much.
Yeah.
And then I had a Joel Embiid, obviously.
Okay, that second team's pretty solid. I go with that, really.
Just that kind of your
switch out Booker and Doncic, and it's about the same.
You have Luka's second team? Oh, yeah.
I have him second team. I have Booker first team.
Yeah, we talked about that earlier. And then third team, Trae Young. That's where I had Trae because Trae played. The Hawks weren't amazing. They were very dysfunctional. I didn't like that. But Trae played really good. This year I had Donovan Mitchell. This is not a homer pick. If you watch the NBA, you would know that Donovan Mitchell is a top 6 guard in the Basketball Association.
Yep.
And then I had LeBron James, and then I had Pascal Siakam.
Ooh, okay.
Good job. Oh, yeah. Pascal rebounded this year.
Yeah,
huge.
For sure.
Awesome for Pascal. Freddie awesome season for the Raptors, dude.
Yeah, really good season.
They finished 5th. Freddie got his first All-Star nod. Pascal is Pascal
Especially
again.
first year without Kyle Lowry.
Yeah.
To do what they're doing right now is
y'all took
pretty
him.
Cool. Yeah.
Oh, I just noticed. I forgot Jimmy Butler. I wouldn't put Jimmy B over.
I wouldn't even put Jimmy.
Jimmy's fallen off on scoring.
Yeah, I feel
He's
like
not the scorer.
I mean, he came back with that bounce back game against Boston.
Yeah.
But other than that, he really hasn't done much since the All-Star break, really.
Yeah, he's an amazing player, but his scoring's just not been amazing. That's where Tyler Hero comes into play, though.
Oh yeah,
He's
big
amazing
time,
scorer.
big time.
But yeah, then I had Cat. I think the centers are basically unanimous this year.
Yeah.
For all NBA team.
Now, he didn't show that third team in the play-in game.
What?
I said he didn't play. He didn't show that at all in the playing game.
You sent me a message earlier. There was a guy. I don't want to say a streaker, but someone glued herself to the floor.
Glued her hand to the floor.
Yeah.
I don't understand what was going through her mind in that situation, but
and I let you know over the text that Kat probably played worse than her. Yeah, Kat did not have the impact. He's lucky Anthony Edwards came through.
Yeah,
D'Lo did too.
Now,
hometown kid D'Angelo Russell.
One player that won't pop up on the stat sheets in that game. Patrick Beverly.
Oh, yeah.
That man's defense was
got fined
outstanding. Yeah, that man's defense was outstanding. He got fined?
$30,000.
For what?
Whatever he did the other day.
I mean, he stood up.
The scores table.
Oh, after the game?
Over the scores table, yeah.
Oh, wow.
$30,000.
You get fined for that now?
Yeah.
Really?
He got fined a hefty amount because I don't think if it was anybody but Beverly. Because Beverly's got that reputation.
Yeah.
Is that the word for it? He's got the reputation for it.
sure.
So I'd say it was a Beverly thing. I'm not saying he should have done it. I'm not condoning the $30,000 fine. I would not like to pay it.
Right.
But I don't think that I don't think
it's
else.
That's true.
But yeah, those are all teams, all NBA teams. I'm going to run through mine again real quick. First team, I had Ja, Luka, Giannis, Tatum, and Jokic. Second team, Curry, Booker, DeRozan, Durant, and Embiid. Didn't go over Curry much. Like I said, Curry was having an MVP season.
Right.
Kind of fell off. Below average Curry season. Disappointing. Then third team, I had Trae, Donovan Mitchell, LeBron, Pascal, and Kat. I'd say, real quick, you want to see who might fall off of this next year? LeBron?
I'd probably that would be
you never want to count LeBron.
That would be the obvious answer. I feel like LeBron would be the obvious answer just because of age, but I really feel like to fall off of any one of these three teams,
Pascal
I'd have to go with Pascal.
Again?
Yeah, I'd have to go with Pascal.
I really like Pascal. I hope he keeps up. He's young.
Yeah.
Pascal's a great player.
And he's got a ridiculous spin move.
Yeah. Then my rookie team, I had Cade Cunningham, Josh Giddey, Scottie Barnes, Jonathan Kuminga, Evan Mobley. Quick shout-out to the Pelicans rookie Herb Jones and Nuggets rookie Bones Highland. A lot of people, there's a few certain people that know that I am a massive fan of Bones Highland, and that's actually his name, by the way. Bones.
That's a crazy name.
I watched a video of him. He grew up in, I believe it was Philly. I want to say it was a video. He might not have grown up there, but it was in Philly, I believe. He was playing a pickup game, and it was titled, it was like 2017, so he's a junior in high school maybe? And it was said, there's a reason this guy's name is Bones. You know what I mean? Because he took him. He refused to not, he'd break you every which way. He was skinny, too.
Yeah.
He's so skinny,
Real skinny
even today. He's got to build muscle, I'd say, but for his skill set right now, and especially for what the Nuggets do, he's that guy. And defensive teams, I had Marcus Smart, Jonte Murray, Mikal Bridges, Giannis, Robert Williams. Second team, I hit with Matisse Thybulle, Drew Holiday, Jaren Jackson Jr., Evan Mobley, and Bam. Like I said, Bam would have been first team if he played more games. He probably would have might have been my defensive player of the year.
Hey, he was mine. Yeah. So we'll have to see on that one.
Then sixth man, I had Tyler Hero, most improved. I took Jordan Poole, rookie of the year, Evan Mobley. Defensive player, Marcus Smart. Coach of the year, Monty Williams. I'm still going to stand behind that no matter what because you don't win 64 games without being coach of the year. And Nikola Jokic. And you want to go over your awards real quick?
Yeah, first team I had Ja Morant, Devin Booker, LeBron James, Giannis, and Jokic as the unanimous decision. Coach of the year, I had Taylor Jenkins. MVP, I had Nikola Jokic. Defensive player of the year, I had Bam once again. Most improved goes to Jordan Poole. Rookie of the year goes to Scottie Barnes. And sixth man of the year goes to Tyler Hero, which should also be a unanimous decision. Yeah.
And real quick, I'm going to expose you before we go off air.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to say that Jake Curry yesterday in our English period, I had to convince him that Nikola Jokic was the MVP over Joel Embiid.
In my defense, I did
Where
have
you going
my
with it,
reasons.
Jake? Where
I
you going
did
with
have
it?
my reasons, but I did come to my senses last night.
There you go.
And realized Jokic should be the unanimous MVP.
Well, I think that's going to wrap it up for our first episode. You're right. You ended in the right category with Jokic as the MVP. This is going to go up on YouTube. We're live right now on WJHI. That's what you're listening to, 98.5 WJHI LP Jeffersonville, your home of the Red Devil Network. That's what you're listening on. But got the camera right here. You want to take a look at it, wave high real quick. This is going to go up on YouTube, probably the WJHI channel. I'm not sure yet. We might open our own channel. We got our own Instagram page as well. Make sure you follow it. Take the Heat podcast. Yeah. Yep. It's, I made the logo too. Very proud of it. But, so we're going to hop off here, and thank you for listening to the debut episode, about 10 minutes overrun, the debut episode of the Take the Heat podcast. It was the NBA Awards special, and make sure you join us next Tuesday, next Tuesday as we go over the, playoffs? Yeah, we're going over the playoffs and predictions and all that. Probably going to do another special, fit it into that half hour. Then after that, we'll go some baseball. Recap first few games, the playoffs.
Well, there's a lot to talk about with that.
Oh, baseball,
for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, thank you, everybody, for joining. Thank you for watching if you're on YouTube. And like I said, we're going to see you next Tuesday. From Blake Beams, Jake Curry, we're going to sign off here and get you back to some more music on 98.5 WJHI.